Hello, welcome to Pokédex, a channel where I build decks for the Pokemon trading card game. Today I have for you guys a Mega Mewtwo deck. I already played a Mega Mewtwo deck in this channel, but it was the other Mega Mewtwo, the Y. This one is the Mega Mewtwo X, I've been told, and it's also a pretty interesting Pokemon on its own. Doesn't seem as good or as easy to make a deck around as the other Mega Mewtwo, just because it takes two different types of energy and the other one only asks for colorless. But if we look at this guy, it's actually quite powerful. So 230 HP, so it's 10 more than the other Mega Mewtwo. And Vanishing Strike is a wonderful attack that says 150 damage. If there's any stadium card in play, this attack does 50 more damage, so that's 200. And this attack's damage isn't affected by resistance or any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. That's pretty cool, goes through anything and hits for 200 damage, which is a lot of damage. So we are trying to power Mega Mewtwo up, and we don't really need any other attackers in this deck just because the attack goes through anything. So we are going to focus on getting this guy out as quickly as possible, and for that we have Sableye in here. This is a promo Pokemon that came out in blister packs. There were some in the store, and I snatched some Sableyes up. It has Theta Stop, which means that you prevent all effects of Pokemon's abilities done to this Pokemon, so that's pretty interesting. In itself, it kind of protects Sableye against bats, for example. I know the opponent usually doesn't focus the bats damage on Sableye, but at the same time, it could have been like a easy knockout with only 70 HP, but the opponent cannot do that, so sometimes they even waste bats damage on Sableye. Energy Hunt: for a single Psychic Energy, flip 3 coins. For each heads, attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to your bench Pokemon EX in any way you like. That's pretty cool. It's a wonderful way to power up our Mewtwo's on our bench. So we stick a basic energy or a basic Psychic on the Sableye, and we flip 3 coins, so we can expect 1 energy and a half to go into our Pokemon, which is, I think, pretty good. It's better than, it's quicker than or more explosive than the other options that we have. Like people usually play Landorus, the Baby Landorus that brings energy with Shout of Power, if I remember correctly the name of the attack. That's also something that we could play with, but I think Sableye is a little bit better because it's just more explosive. So yeah, that's basically what we got going over here. We have 2 Shaymin EX for extra card draw and 2 Smeargle because it allows us to switch energy around. So if we manage to have, I don't know, a lot of Psychic Energy, we can switch them around. And actually Smeargle does another trick, which comes down to our choice of basic Mewtwo EX. With Breakthrough there were like 20 Mewtwo cards that came out. So actually there's 2 basic Mewtwo EXs and 2 Mega Mewtwo's, 2 different ones to choose from. This time we are using the Mewtwo EX that has a Shatter Shot, that's a tongue twister, and Damage Change. Both of these attacks are actually useful. So Shatter Shot, sometimes for 3 energy, it allows us to hit for some damage while we still don't have the 4th energy for the Vanishing Strike. This one costs a colorless energy, but we are not using the Dimension Valley Stadium. We're exclusively using the Shrine of Memories, which allow us to use the basic attacks even if we evolve into the Mega Mewtwo. So Damage Change is actually a pretty good attack. So if we have, for example, 2 Psychic and a Fighting Energy in there, we can always switch damage counters of our Mega. So if our opponent is not hitting us for 1-hit KOs, we might just switch over the damage to their Pokemon and hopefully take a knockout there and heal off all the damage off of our Mewtwo EX. So it's a pretty good tactical option, and that's why we are going with Shrine of Memories. And as I mentioned, Smeargle helps us just manage the energies a lot better this way. We are playing 2 Battle Compressor because it allows us to, of course, grab energy and put them into the discard pile, and of course supporters to grab back with a VS Seeker. We have 3 Mega Turbo. It's another nice way to charge up our Mega Mewtwo just because we need so many energy on this guy. This also speeds things up. We have a single Professor's Letter. I used to play this in... when I started playing, we usually played the Professor's Letter in all our decks, but as time went on, we saw less and less of Professor's Letter. But now, since we're playing 2 different types and sometimes we want to draw one or the other, having a Professor's Ladder around, I think, is totally worth the while. So we have one Super Rod to shuffle Pokemon and some energy back if we need to. Two Switch. Would love to be playing more of these, but I don't think we can afford the space, so we are only playing two. This allows us to retreat from our Mewtwo if we need to. So it's better than Floatstone that way. Of course, we can always only use it once, so I think the only problem, the only Pokemon that we really have trouble switching from is the Sableye. Mostly because, well, Mewtwo usually you ride it until it dies, and we are usually attacking with it, and the other guys retreat for a single energy, so we will be fine on that regard, I think. We have 4 Trainer's Mail to help us draw our cards. We really need a lot of card draw, especially since we sometimes need to join to the Mega Turbo or the Battle Compressors and all that, so I think playing 4 Trainer's Mail is really nice in this deck. Maybe we could cut one and add one Switch, but I'm playing this like this, and I've have some good results with it, so I'm sticking with it. I'm playing 4 Ultra Ball, of course, and 4 Via Seeker, don't need to explain those. And as far as other trainers, other supporters go, we have a single X-Mini for extra disruption. Sometimes we just want to cut the bats from our opponents, stuff like that. It's really one of the only things that most opponents are doing against us. It's piling on some bats damage and then finishing off the job with a huge attack from a Mega Man or something like that. But if we manage to prevent the bats to come down, and then we just use not the Vanishing Strike, we just use the damage change, that might just make it impossible for the opponent to take a knockout in there. So that's why I'm playing a single X-Maniac in here. We have 2 Lysander for those tactical knockouts, and then we have 2 Professor Birch for card draw, and 4 Professor Sycamore also for card draw. As I mentioned, the stadium of choice is Shrine of Memories to allow us to attack with our basic Mewtwo, and then we have 3 Spirit Links, and as far as energy goes, we are playing 11, so there's 5 fighting energy, and then the 6 psychic. I'm going to play more psychic energy because Sableye takes psychic energy to use energy hunt, so there's that. Well, that's the deck, let's go play it. Okay, let's go play our match. I'm quite excited. Let's see if we start off with our Sableye or not, and if it actually pulls some weight. I think it might be super good in this deck. Much more explosive than the other accelerants from the discard pile that we have in the format right now. Oh, we win the coin flip. Nice. So yeah, I want to go first. Oh, we start off with a Shaman. Alright, that happens sometimes. Can't really complain too much. Having Shaman around is so good that it offsets the times we start off with it. It's better than Jirachi used to be. First, we're playing against a fighting deck with Holucha, so that kinda hurts us a little bit. Let's see, there's nothing really here that I want, because I'm going to play a Sycamore. So yeah, let's just go play the other one. Might as well. Nothing that I want here either, so I think I'll just put the energy on the Shaman. And put the stadium down, and then play the Sycamore. Just because I would be discarding the stadium. It's not the ideal time to play it, but... And I'll actually put down the Mewtwo so that I can evolve next turn. But I'm actually not sure what I'm going to do with this, so... I play the Compressor. Oh, yeah. Let's shave some cards off our deck. We kinda need to draw into gas, so I'm going to discard a couple of Fighting Energy. Don't really need too many of those. Might as well just have them into the discard pile, and then I'm going to play the Battle Compressor again, discard some other card like the Lysander. I think I saw it in there, and I have the other one in my hand, so yeah, let's go. And then I'll shuffle this one with the Professor Birch, so I'll end my turn. As I was saying, the Shaman is not as bad as the Jirachi was, first of all because it has more HP, 20 extra HP. And then the second thing it has that's better is that it actually can attack and get back into our hand, with Jirachi never really could. Jirachi could be grabbed with a level ball though, so. And it was always really nice to have. I mean, in decks that play the Archies and Maxis out of the discard pile, just so much better to have a Jirachi in there. So it's still a very good option for the expanded format, but yeah. Shaman is also really strong card. Okay, so my opponent, I actually don't know if I would have done that with a Lucario. I mean, if he attacked with a Hawlucha, I would probably grab back the Shaman. But as it is, actually grabbing the Shaman back to my hand would not be such a great play. So maybe I wouldn't even do that at all. Oh, and he has a Landorus, so... And the Battle Compressor, that's weird. Wouldn't it just be better to keep the Hawlucha in front while you make all your plays and then just retreat into the Lucario if that's what you want? But to be honest, I think what my opponent should have been doing here would be attacking with Landorus and charging up the Lucario in the bench. I don't know. He opts to go with Shaman, to attack into Shaman, I mean with the Lucario, so I'm just going to put an energy down, and I guess I'll actually use the Sycamore. I'd rather discard everything that I have, although I will be discarding that second Lysander. We do have VS Seekers to bring them back, so... this is actually a pretty good hand. I'll play this thing, discarding 2 energy. I don't need them right now, and I can actually grab the Mega. And I'll put the Sableye down just because my opponent might kill the Shaman, and that's what I'll promote. And then we have the Mega Mewtwo. Actually, I don't think I'll promote the Sableye. Yeah, we have the Mega Turbo and the Psychic Energy. So we have options. I mean, if the opponent trumps our Stadium, if he bounces the Shrine of Memories, we have to go with Sableye. But if he doesn't, we can just kill that Lucario straight away with a Shatter Shot. So, feeling quite good. Oh, my opponent actually... Okay, so he's going for the Mewtwo X. I don't mind that at all. I mean, 60 damage, that's nothing in our 230 HP attack. And he's just going to die. I mean, my opponent has no way of knowing, but... Yeah, we just grab one of these and play the other Psychic and then just play this thing. Okay, I'm actually going to play this ball and discard, I guess, the Birch, and I'll go for 1 energy. And I'll grab another Mewtwo just because I want to have it down so that I can start playing energy there and also evolve it if I need to. And I'll just use the Shatter Shot, as I said. Bam. 180 damage because that thing is weak to our attack, so... Bye-bye, Lucario. I guess my opponent was not expecting our Mewtwo with a single energy to just go off, but oh man. Not even trumping our Stadium, it just made sure that we needed an energy and a Turbo, and I mean, energy is so easy to get that we only needed to dig for the Turbo. And in today's decks with the Shamans and all that, I think that was a really shaky play from my opponent's part. He played a Focus Sash down on that Hawlucha, but if I remember correctly, damage change is not affected by the Focus Sash, so I think I'll actually go through that right now. I guess it's time that we find out, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this will just go through. I'll actually use the Smeargle first because I don't need as many energy down, and I want to have some some Psychic energy on the discard pile in case I need to switch between Mewtwo's. Because I can only use Smeargle once. I might even play this Shaman. The question is, do I want to get rid of the switch? So I could switch into a Shaman X and retreat. And this way it's 1 less card. So yeah. Oh, actually, should have done that after playing the Shaman. But doesn't really matter. I was almost certainly going to... attack with this Mewtwo. Okay, there's a Mega Turbo, which I'm not going to use. I'm going to keep it safely in hand. So I'm just going to damage change and see if it goes through Focus Sash. I think it might. Yep, it does go through it. I don't know if it's a bug, but yeah, I think I already tried this once and it went through, so I don't know if it's a PTCGO bug, because damage change is such a weird attack in that it doesn't deal damage, it just places the counters. I don't really know if that's right, but yeah. Okay, so our opponent trumps our Stadium. It would have been good to do that the previous turn. Now I think it's too late. But I think my opponent might have got that thing out of the teammates. So yeah, I do have the Stadium in hand. Do I play? Yeah, I think I'll play the energy because I have the Mega Turbo. Yeah, I can just go up to the 4th energy with this guy. So yeah, I'll just put the Stadium down and use the damage change again. Just get rid of another Hawlucha. As long as he's dealing more damage than he can take, Yeah, my opponent just concedes. Next turn I would just Mega Turbo and kill off one of his EXs if I could. So yeah, that's the match. I think I didn't get to use the Sableye, but we did get to use the Mega Turbos, and that was just insane in my opinion. We just got him out of nowhere. Yeah, that's the deck. I hope you guys enjoy this. It was a pretty speedy match, but usually the matches with this deck kind of go this way. We just overpower the opponent and they can do no harm to our guys because we keep healing off the damage. So once we assemble our guys, usually the match goes the same way. Unless they are one-hit KOing our Mewtwo's, there's really nothing they can do. Well, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye!